Let's get underway, team. Welcome, everyone. Today is Friday, January 19th. For many of you, it'll be Thursday, January 18th. This is the fortnightly ETCD triage meeting. If we just quickly check, can someone let me know the screen share is coming through?
Yes.
Awesome, thanks, Ivan. So we'll get underway. Just for context for anyone that's new to the session, we have a shared Google Doc. Anyone that has subscribed to the etcd dev Google Groups mailing list will be able to update and edit in that doc. So we've got a series of pull requests and issues that we'll just gradually work our way through in this session and see if we can find a resolution for some of them. And hopefully maybe take a little bit of the load off maintainers. We'll see how we go. So we'll get into our first session. And we always start with the Kubernetes PRs and issues for SIG etcd. We actually have one to look through today. And I've got those open already. So there is a needs triage PR and associated issue. So someone has proposed this issue around adding compression support in Kubernetes Storage Factory. They've actually gone ahead straight away and already raised a PR as well with an implementation using Snappy. It's not huge, but I think the main thing, as I had a look through this earlier today, that was missing is there's no verification on this currently. So there's no new tests added and there's no benchmarking or otherwise testing done to show the impact that adding this compression support would have. So I think that's the main thing. Like, we need to go back to this contributor and obviously thank them for raising the issue in PR, but also just see if they've got some time to put together some comparisons on what the impact of this PR is. So if anyone would like I'd like to do a review in the Kubernetes repo and do a triage accepted. Yeah, let us know. Okay, so hopefully someone will have some time to take a look at that. The issue is, given the PR is already raised, it's probably best to discuss maybe in the PR, but the issue is there as well. Moving forward, so those were the only needs triage items we have in the queue under Kubernetes currently. And if we continue on to etcd. So this one we discussed last time. We've actually discussed it a couple of times. This is an old draft PR from Piotr. And we have a new PR on the etcd website repo, which supersedes this. And I would suggest at this point we just close this PR because we've got this one in play. And I was going to ask a question to, I think we have Benjamin on the call. Yes. We've got 2 maintainers and 1 reviewer with the approval on this website PR. I mean, do you feel comfortable merging this now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that would get a resolution for this. Let's close this down. This is the old, the very old PR. Closing as superseded by.
Could you send the link? Could you send the link in the website, in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Look.
This one here. And there we go.
Come. Yeah, thank you.
And we'll close that one. Awesome. That would tidy up that one. It's been hanging around for a little while. We were hoping to get a little bit more review on it, but it's just 2 maintainers and a reviewer, I think, is enough. Okay, closed as superseded. Next one. Oh, okay. This is an older one from Thomas. An update to the robustness tests, fail point tests. And I think we just need to check if this can be continued. I'm pretty sure there's conflicts now. There are still work in progress. So let's just maybe follow up with Thomas and see if he has capacity to continue this or whether it needs to be closed down. So discuss during SIG CD triage meeting at Thomas, do you have capacity to resolve conflicts and finish this off? Okay, we'll see what he says. We can come back to that maybe in a fortnight or so. Follow it up with contributor. All right, team, on to our next one. Let's have a look. What do we have? Oh, okay, yes. So I found this PR earlier this morning, and it looks like it was awfully close to getting across the line. All the contributor needed to do was just merge commits, squash commits, because they had 8 separate commits for what was a pretty, I mean, it's not a huge change. So to make life easy when we go to backport things, it's much better if we can just merge these sorts of things as a single or couple of commits. It's been a long time. Where is this? So we were talking about this in July last year. So we got a choice, team. We can either follow up with the contributor and see, I mean, even though it's been like 6-7 months, we can see if maybe they have time to do the squash. Otherwise, someone on this call here is welcome to volunteer to basically replicate this PR, but with the commits all squashed and get it basically ready for merge, and then we could close this one. So up to you, team. What do we reckon?
Yeah, this Benjamin. Yeah, I think these are nice to have feature. Yeah, but not priority. Yeah, it's not priority. Yeah, it's nice to have. So it's not urgent. Anyone is welcome to contribute. Continue to work on this PR.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I can do it.
Okay, thanks, Ivan. So
I'll
let's
comment
just...
on the issue.
Perfect. Thank you. So Ivan to prepare new PR with squash permits, squashed. Yeah, it looks like it was very close. So that's cool.
Should I comment on the issue or the pull request?
I would say just when you raise your new PR, you can just reference the old one and
Okay.
say, you know, this PR supersedes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Next up, okay, again, this is another new feature that's sort of been sitting for a little while. It's from sort of August.
Yeah, we need to rebase this PR.
Yeah, okay. And I actually did do that back in September, so maybe we'll just ask again. It hasn't been super long, so discussed during SIG CD triage meeting. Angsty Duck, can you please rebase this PR once more? Thanks. Okay. So followed up with the contributor there. Okay, on to our next one for City PRs. This one wasn't complete, I think, yet. So it got close, but I've actually got a draft review on it. Yeah, okay, there's static analysis is failing because there's a new code file which doesn't have the code header. It's a trivial fix. It just needs the boilerplate copy pasted at the top of this. Let me just say, see, it looks like the static analysis. See below, can you also please rebase this PR? Let's see what happens. It's a pretty small change.
Yeah, one more comment from Benjamin. Yeah, I recall another engineer, another contributor have some refactor on the revision. For example, the byte to revision the byte, something like that, refactory on that. So I'm not sure whether or not we can make some change on this PR to reuse this existing function, byte to revision.
Right. Okay. Would you be able to leave a comment on here, Benjamin?
Sure, yeah, but I need to find out the PR. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll put a link in chat so you know that's the PR we're talking about. Yeah, if you have time, just or otherwise I can hunt it down. I think I remember that PR as well. Yeah, we'll come back to that. So we've followed up with contributor. Also has a potential crossover with bytes. I think I know the one. All right, on to issues. And first one out of the gate, Benjamin has raised this morning or earlier today. Thank you, Benjamin. So there is a new Golang version out, team. So we've got 121.6 and 120.13. And these changes are very straightforward. To get it done, we basically update main for etcd, we update the two stable release branches for etcd, we update the changelog, and ideally we also replicate the change out to bbolt and Raft. So there's about 6 PRs that are all very, very simple, like in some cases just single line PRs to bump a version number. Is there someone on the triage call that's interested in helping out with these?
I've done this before, so if no one, so it's also good for a new contributor, but if no one wants to take it, I can.
Cool, and I don't see any new contributors on the call today. So look, Ivan, you're welcome to help out. Just go for it.
Let me comment on the ticket.
Yep, happy to. Actually, can I assign you, Ivan? No, if you drop a comment, I can assign you.
All right.
And if I refresh, I'll see that. Awesome. Perfect. Thanks for volunteering, Ivan. On to our next one. Security issue that I saw someone raise a discussion on, and it's a little bit frustrating sometimes when you see stuff raised that just doesn't have enough detail. So this was raised last week, and they've actually come back earlier today and provided now the detail for us to be able to do something about it, which is good. I did a little investigation this morning, so we have an indirect dependency for Logros. It's because of the gRPC WebSocket proxy, which it looks like it's just no longer maintained. It's been a few years. I went through the fork tree this morning, there's 72 of them, and none of these depended on anything higher than 1.9.0. To resolve the vulnerability, we need to be on 1.9.3. So it's, I think immediately, I mean, the advice from Benjamin was, we'll just bump Logros directly and see if that everything behaves okay, in which case we can resolve the security issue. But we need a separate issue, or we can, yeah, probably a separate issue, I think, to decide what to do about this gRPC WebSocket proxy. We may need to create our own fork and just maintain it ourselves, or just look at other options. So for the immediate bumping of Logros, I'm happy to take a look at that, or if someone else is keen to volunteer. Ivan, you've already taken a few, so we'll see if anyone else on the call is keen to look at bumping this dependency. Otherwise, I can
try. I can try that out.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. I mean, I wouldn't expect issues, but just see how you go. If you drop a comment on the issue, I'll chuck the link in chat here. I can assign you. And if you have any questions about this one, like I've already had a quick look at it this morning, so you're welcome to ping me with any questions about this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that one. I'll assign that. Ticket bump, Logris directly. Okay, on to the next one. And I can assign Vivek now. Yep. Awesome. Thanks for volunteering, Vivek. Okay, so next we have ideally a new end-to-end test. So this issue's been reopened for a follow-up. If I open up Benjamin's comment in here, the immediate issue was resolved, but ideally we should have some sort of end-to-end test that would confirm that etcd doesn't write error logs just during normal function. So it's kind of a nice to have if someone wants to learn a little bit more or take a look into etcd end-to-end tests. This would be a good issue to have a look at. So yeah, let me know, team, if anyone wants to have a look at that. You can just drop a comment on the issue and we can assign. Okay. Jumping forward, next one. Unit test failed after adding last 3 commits. Let's have a look. Oh, we need to try and reproduce this. So we've had this bug report come in last week from a new contributor. They've added some steps on how they kind of reproduce the error they're seeing at their end. Benjamin couldn't reproduce it.
No, you cannot. Yeah.
And they've posted their Go environment now as well. Like maybe if we kind of go through that and have a close look, we might be able to spot something. But I think it would be good. I think it was pretty easy, the steps they were following. So if someone has time just to also try at their end, I mean, I'll give this a go and see if I can produce it as well. But it seems like there's something environmental on their end, just guessing. But it would be good to get a couple more people just saying like, hey, yeah, I can't reproduce this either, so that we can narrow it down. Let's put a comment. So really needs to more reproduce attempts. I'll give this a go and see if I can reproduce this at my end as well. I don't think I can, but I'll drop a comment. Okay, that is the list of pull requests and issues for etcd main repo team. We've got a few that I just want to talk through for Bbolt website and Raft. Let's have a quick look at those. The 2 Bbolt ones are basically identical. They are just contributors or community members who are using Bbolt for their own projects and now want to update, I can't remember what the file is called, just, yeah, the main Bbolt README with a reference to their project. And really, this is just, I mean, I think this is a question for Benjamin on, do you feel comfortable listing these projects in the README? I noticed one of them was really new. This one here was really new.
Yeah. Actually, we previously, about one year back, I discussed this with Peter. We would like the project have minimal popularity. We cannot add
Yeah.
anything into the list. For example, you create today, we add tomorrow. That doesn't work. So anyway, we need minimal popularity. For example, 100 stars for something like that.
Yes. So I'm happy to reply to these pull requests. I mean, this one here I think is pretty straightforward. It's only been around for a few weeks, a month at most. It's only got 3 stars. It's a new project. I'll reply to this contributor and say, hey, thanks for proposing your project to be included. At this point, it's still a bit new for us to be able to list it in the bbolt README, and we would need ideally some more popularity and use of the project. Potentially through GitHub stars as an indicator. So I'll reply to that one. The other one, let's have a look. So eBolt, this I didn't look at yet. Oh. Okay, okay, it is another really new project last month. Okay, I'll do the same thing. It's even, okay, yeah. Leave this with me, Benjamin.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Oh, you're grading in the wrong pull request.
Oh, I'm glad Ivan's awake. Thanks, team. I will sort those two out. Website. I think we already talked about one of these, which is the storage docs one. Benjamin, we were going to merge that. And it's done. Okay, yeah, awesome. So that's a long-standing one, which is now tidied up, and people will actually be able to use this storage learning resource on the website now. So merged. And the other one, okay, so this is an attempt from me back in December to propose we just bring in Dependabot to keep the NPM dependencies up to date for the website. Reason being, it basically only gets done, I don't know, like once every 6 months or something when I have time to notice that they're getting out of date. So I really think we should have Dependabot in here.
I would like to leave this PR to another maintainer to merge. Take another look. I'm okay to merge, but I would like to another maintainer to merge it.
Okay, so let me maybe request a review from Marek, perhaps, or yeah, because Sadev's already approved, but he's not sort of super involved these days. I did request a review from Nate, who's obviously has a really strong history with the website.
Yeah, probably I suggest leave a comment to pin Nate again. If there's no response for a couple of days, I can merge later.
Okay, sounds good. Discuss during cget-cd triage meeting. Hey, Nate, can you please take a look at this small PR and let us know your thoughts. Okay, cool. Let's see in a fortnight or so if we have an update from Nate. So we've followed up with reviewer. Okay, nearly there, team. We have 4 minutes left and we have one issue. This is a good first issue. It was proposed by Ivan a few weeks ago. So currently for Raft, it's the implementation is sort of platform independent, and we're not super worried about this, but it's just as a nice to have. We've done a lot of work recently with, for example, with bbolt, and obviously previously with etcd main repository, getting ARM64 workflows running, and obviously getting ARM64 to tier 1 support for etcd main repository. So it would be nice just to run some of these Raft test suites on the ARM64 runners. I'm expecting 0 issues, but it's still good to do. So it's a good first issue. If we have a new contributor on the call, happy to assign it. Otherwise, we can leave it. We can come back to it in future. Taryn, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, so I am the new contributor, so I can happily take that issue.
Awesome. Thanks for volunteering. I'll just put the link in chat here. If you can leave a comment on the issue, I'm happy to assign you. And there's a couple of references that Ivan's put here on how this has been done previously for etcd and for bbolt. So that should help make it pretty easy to pull together.
Sure. Thank you so much. I'll just leave a comment right away.
Okay. Thanks, team. So magically, we have 2 minutes left. If anyone has their own PR or issue they want to raise, feel free. Otherwise, we've got another triage session in 2 weeks' time, and we have just a regular community meeting with an open agenda, completely open agenda next week. So I don't see any hands up or comments or anything for last PR issue. So let's close it there, team. Thanks everyone for coming along. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in a week's time.
Thank you as well.
Yeah,
Thanks,
see you.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Thank you.